Welcome to Power Driver Wrestling. I'm your host, Nick Stewart, and welcome to Monday Night Retro, or Retro Monday. And we are going to be going back to older pay per views or older shows and just going over what happened on them and just, have a little flashback, have a little fun doing a little flashback on them. But before we get started, please go to the like button and click it, and go to that subscribe button and click it, and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you're going to start enjoying a lot of content that we're about to start putting out. But let's get started. Today we're starting on going back to the 2010 Elimination Chamber for WWE. It was a pretty big episode. It had 3 title changes. I mean, 2 on world championships. No, 3 of them were world championship title changes. That's hard to believe, but it was 3 of them. But this pay-per-view was in St. Louis, Missouri. I think March, or it was in February 2010. The Royal Rumble already happened. Edge won it. And the Elimination Chamber back then, it was for the titles. And it pretty much you find out who's going to WrestleMania. They still had that kind of similar concept. It's a little different nowadays. But it was in St. Louis, Missouri. The announcers on the broadcast was Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler, and Matt Striker. But the show kicked off with the WWE title in the chamber. You had John Cena, Ted DiBiase Jr., Randy Orton, Triple H, Kofi Kingston, and Sheamus. And a lot of those were in their prime then too. Ted DiBiase was still real young then, and Kofi was still real young. Sheamus was too. Sheamus was the current WWE title holder at the time. But it was a pretty exciting match. Sheamus and Kofi started it off, and it was the first chamber match that nobody got eliminated before all 6 participants were in the chamber. So that was pretty cool. But you had a little drama with Ted DiBiase Jr. and Randy Orton. They were part of Legacy, and they were both in the match, and they were both heels. So it was not win, but not when one of them's going to turn on each other. Just what time they were going to do it. But it was Ted DiBiase Jr. getting the best of Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes, your current WWE Undisputed Champion, came down and gave Ted DiBiase Jr. a pipe. And he hit Randy Orton with it, and then hit John Cena with it. But he pinned Orton to get him out, eliminate him. That was the first elimination. Then you had, let's see here, I want to say it was Kofi eliminating Ted. Yep. Kofi did a Pele kick and eliminated Ted DiBiase Jr. Then Sheamus eliminated Kofi with a Celtic Cross. And Triple H eliminated Sheamus with a pedigree. Then John Cena got the best of Triple H, made Triple H tap out with a crossface, with a crossface. And everybody was excited. John Cena won his 8th championship. and he was going to WrestleMania. Then the chairman came out and told him, no, not so fast. Congratulated him, then told him, not so fast. For him to get to WrestleMania, he's going to have to beat Batista right now. And Batista came down there. John Cena punched him. Then Batista speared him. Then did a Batista bomb. And that was it, folks. Batista became the world or WWE champion then. So that was 2 title changes. And we had the IOC Championship, the Intercontinental Championship. Drew McIntyre and Kane. Kane dominated the match. Just Drew at the close to the end there, he was able to stick his thumb in Kane's eye, and then he hit the future shock DDT on him, and that was all. That was all of it. He retained, but that was a very young looking Drew McIntyre. Looks totally different from what he does right now. And we had a little backstage segment between Maurice and Gail Kim. They were getting ready for their Diva Championship matchup. They were both finalists for a Divas tournament. So they get out to the ring and it's about to start the match. And Vicky Guerrero comes out and tells them they're not having that Diva Championship match. They're going to have a tag team match between Michelle McCool and Layla. And Layla and Michelle McCool won the match because Maurice would not help Gail Kim because honestly, she knew she was about to have a title match with her. So why help her? But that's how that went down. And one of the coolest things I saw, especially if you're an NXT fan, it was the start of NXT. They were advertising for NXT. They were telling how the first shows were going to start. You had 8 WWE superstars that was going to mentor 8 NXT stars. And you had William Regal come out there and trying to explain a lot of that. And Edge came and speared him. Then had a backstage segment with The Miz. The Miz was talking about the guy he was going to be mentoring, Bryan Danielson. And you know what type of feud they had after all that. Pretty good feud. I'm still Team Miz on that. But that was just pretty cool just to hear about they were, advertising, just getting the show kicked off, and look where's that right now. It's doing pretty good. And we had the last Elimination Chamber for the World Championship. And it was a very good one too. The Undertaker was the current world champion. And we had to start it off, we had Rey Mysterio come out there, John Morrison, Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, CM Punk. CM Punk with longer hair. And one of my favorites, R-Truth. And R-Truth and CM Punk, they started off the match. And CM Punk got the best of them. And it was he pinned them before the other chamber opened up. So he got a microphone and started talking. That's a shocker. He started talking, and that was pretty funny. Just listen to him talking, just waiting just talking smack, waiting for the other chamber to open. But then Rey Mysterio eliminates Punk. John Morrison eliminates Ray. Undertaker eliminates Morrison. Then Y2J eliminates Undertaker with help from the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was hiding underneath the ring all this time. And he got up and gave Undertaker some sweet chin music. And the reason for this, he wanted to retire, I guess. And he wanted that match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania. And I guess that's one way to get it. Make the man lose the title. Because he was going to win that Elimination Chamber. But Shawn Michaels caused him to lose, and so the rest was history at WrestleMania. Undertaker retires him. Overall, that was a very good Elimination Chamber. If you get a chance, go back and check it out. But before I leave here, just make sure you click that like button, click the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. And we will see you next time. Have a good one.